Rise, warriors of gold. Legends are written, our story unfolds. Steel meets will in the heart of a fight. Bow to the crown or be lost in the night. We stand tall, we don't kneel. Glory forged in iron and steel. Through the fire, through the pain, only the strongest will remain. Imperial, the kingdom stands. Imperial, we rule the land. No retreat, no backing down. We wear the gold, we take the crown. Imperial, the empire reigns. Battle cries echo through the halls. Champions rise while the weak ones fall. One shot, one chance, destiny calls. Claim your fate or lose it all. We stand tall, we don't kneel. Glory forged in iron and steel. Through the fire, through the pain, only the strongest will remain. Imperial, the kingdom stands. Imperial, we rule the land. No retreat, no backing down. We wear the gold, we take the crown.
Every empire has a beginning, not with gold, not with glory, but with an idea. An idea shared between a few people who believed that professional wrestling could be more. More passion, more heart, more real. What started as a conversation quickly became a vision, and in a matter of months, that vision became reality. This was Grand Slam. The very first step, the night the Imperial Wrestling Federation stood up and declared, "We are here." Wrestlers who gave everything they had, a crowd that believed from the very first bell, and a building that became the birthplace of an empire. Cheers Bar Sunderland, the venue that opened its doors, took a chance and gave us the space to raise this empire from the ground up. No shortcuts, just hard work, sacrifice, and an unshakable belief in what IWF could become. Month by month, show by show. The Imperial Wrestling Federation grew, stronger, louder, bigger, and now, here we are. Months later, on the edge of a brand new year, the next chapter is about to begin, with new battles, new stories, new legends waiting to be written. But tonight we celebrate how far we have come. From this first night, the first roar of the crowd, the night the IWF Empire was born.
And welcome everybody to a very, very special Behind the Curtain as we look back at our fondest memories of IWF through the last 6 months to a year. As you saw there, it all started at Grand Slam. What a night, what a crowd, what a show. Exactly, yeah, right as I say what a show, Zoe commenting what a show, and it was. And I do see everyone watching right now, and I will get to the comment section. But I would very much like to introduce two gentlemen right now who none of this would be possible without. Ladies and gentlemen, your owners, co-owners together of the Imperial Wrestling Federation, we have Dagon and Persona. Hi, fellas.
All right.
You're right. Everyone good? Everyone ready for this?
Well, good.
Feels weird.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We haven't done one of these since before we first show up.
Nah, it's been a while, quite a while since Behind the Curtain we've had anyone on yet. People watching Ed Hunter, he's been there since Grand Slam, since night one. Nice to see you, Ed. Jason watching, Becky watching, Ruby Baker as our announcer, been with us since the very first evening. A friend of mine, Mad T, commenting on the crowd. Yes, it was a humongous crowd. Brian, our head official, the referee of the Empire, he's been with us since day one. The heat in the room that night. Do you guys remember? It was sweltering.
It was a big crowd. I think over 200 that night in the crowd, and that room, I didn't think would hold that many, and it was roasting.
I've got to ask though, because Persona, you had a match that night, and you've normally got the face paint on that one. What was it like for you? Because both of you had face paint on.
The second that I put my hand across my face, it was just everywhere, and it was gone instantly. The highlights, you can see that it looks like I've been in a waterfall, and it's the hottest room I've ever wrestled in. And I think it's because there was that many people so close together, and it was hot.
Yeah. Sure, had the fire escape open as well. We left that door open to try and get some air in the room. But I remember having my paint on backstage, and I was just jumping backwards and forwards trying to make sure it didn't drip.
Brilliant. I mean, so many fond memories of not just that night, but the last 6 months that we've all been through. Do you think it's time that I bring our first guest on? I think you both know who it is. Join us.
I wasn't here.
What was up, Persona?
I don't know anyone that's here because I was late for the pre-show.
He's always late, you know.
The live started at 3 minutes past 8 because someone was late. We won't name who was late, but somebody was.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, to join us on this journey as well is one half of our commentary team and a very good friend I'd like to say a very good friend to all three of us on screen right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the genius, Colin Barker.
Guys.
Hello.
I must say, I've commentated with all three of you at IWF this year. I just had Persona for one match, to which, when you stick a dagger into anyone, Persona was sticking that dagger into anyone. He was. I don't know, strange face. We've commentated in a number of places. We've had a great time. And DJ Big, I still can't get a bloody word in edgeways with you anyway.
Oh, never.
But I know last time you were going to say, it's all right, Cole. What says much this time? And I just went, oh, yeah, here we go. And he did. So great. Let's have a party. I'm so grateful to be on board with you boys. I remember our conversation in January, and when you boys says, look, we want to do this. I says, climb into the moon. Do it, lads. Time is now, as they say. And you did. And you had that date in July, and everything was... And I remember saying to you, Dave, I says, that date will be there. No, 12 weeks away, 3 months away. And all of a sudden, it bit your backside, didn't it?
I
remember that night.
6 months.
I remember that night. Colin came out a song that he doesn't normally come out to as of late, and someone got quite emotional, didn't they?
Whenever we play star full of sky, a sky full of stars. It always gets to me. I was driving back up the road from Lowestoft this week, and halfway I popped into a McDonald's, sat down, got myself a breakfast wrap and stuff like that, and it came on the music in there, and I thought all about all my wrestling friends at that point, because I remember when Spawn faced you, and the cheeky little son turned around and says, "Oh, I've changed the music," and this is 30 seconds before we go on there, and I just knew he caused trouble like he normally does, but no, yeah, I always love that song. I know One and Only's the one now, but special occasions we get the Skyfall out, and that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Zoe.
Grand Slam. It was just it was the beginning of something special, and I remember when I was asked. I just got a random message one day. We're doing this. Can you create a logo? Okay, let's go for it. Next thing I know, we're having to re-edit the logo because we weren't allowed. What was it? A crown? We weren't allowed a crown.
That was it. That was it.
We weren't allowed a crown.
Like me and Persona was talking for weeks. I don't know what's tickled them like, but we're talking for weeks about it. Then we just dropped you a message just randomly and said, because you were really good with the whole generating images and stuff like that. Like I hadn't caught the speed at that point. We're like, DJ, can you make us a logo? And I remember the reply, like, why? I was like, look, just don't ask questions, just can you do it? And then it was created from that point. It's a lot of build up over, what was it, 6 months?
Yeah. January to July.
The IWF was originally a joke. It was like a joke for like a year. Like the name we didn't have. It was just like a joke of let's do this thing. And it was like, no, we can't do that though. So like, let's just forget about that. And then like the next month, someone would bring it up. And then eventually it was just like, maybe we should actually try and do this.
Yeah.
And then everyone thinks that IWF started because of some great big like disaster, but like it was just a joke that went on for like a year, and then one day we just decided, it's just gotta do it. Why not?
I think it was more. It was more because like previously, me and Persona had like a lot of creative roles in the past, and a lot of the stuff that were created really worked. So that was where the running joke came from. Imagine if we just done this and what we could create and what we could put out there. And then I think off the back of that, that's what kind of pushed us at that point. But I'm glad it did. I'm glad that the joke become reality.
Yeah. It started like we saw. It started with Grand Slam, and there was a lot of moments that night that stood out. I think I've got 3 of them jotted down here. Yeah, 3 of them jotted down here. And we are going to go in order. And if we can get people on to talk about them, we can. And we do have someone to talk about this first moment. So I'd like to bring on for you right now your reigning, defending IWF Sovereign Shield champion, Spawn.
Good evening.
Hi, Spawn. Grand Slam was a massive night for you, but before we talk about what happened, we do have the clip of the ending of the match, basically. So we are going to show that for everyone and get your insight into it. So, who's ready for this trip down memory lane? Here we go.
Flair from Thunder here as Spawn goes up.
The PKO! The Pillocks knocked out.
That's him down again. Thunder has been the catalyst here of being taken
Alan
down.
Sees a chance to fly, and he's going to fly.
Oh my God!
And PKO'd on Alan Shaw. Is this it?
Oh my God!
Our new champion!
We have a new champion. Spawn has done it. He's outlived the odds here tonight.
Alan, I'm so happy. What a win. I'm going to stand up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match,
You know what, Alan? He'll be sleeping with that belt tonight. I'll be getting pictures of it all week. His sister, Lily, gives him a hug. Lily only 12 herself. Her brother's 17. But Brian's just coming in to present that belt. And there'll be one proud parent in the back. Mr. Strange is so happy for his son. Your first ever Sovereign Shield champion, the Lilac Demon. And July, always a month of emotion for the Lilac family. And this is...
Let's not count out the other two. I mean, my lord, I've never seen such action like that. Oh, what's happening here then?
No,
oh, hang on.
Respect.
Yes, that's it. A great show of respect here. Absolutely massive show of respect from everybody involved here in this match.
There's no bad blood in this after Alan.
It's been 100% competitive, that's for sure, but not 1 ounce of bad blood whatsoever.
Good friends. What an excellent match. Bask in your glory, Spawn. This is your moment, sunshine.
ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation to the biggest fans on the show, and the news box, Johnny Dudler, and Johnny!
So, big night, big win. Tell us all about it.
Well, as you heard in commentary, I believe it was Colin that said it, July's a hard month for our family. And I've won championships before, but this one has certainly meant the most. It felt like it was an actual real championship that I got a hold of. I mean, Persona's my trainer. Obviously, my dad also helped run the company. So their belief in letting me do that, it's a lot. So that's why I'm trying to prove to them why that championship means so much to us and why I want to perform the best I can possibly can. And as I previously mentioned, that room was hot. So at the end, I was buggered. I was knackered. And regarding the face paint, I was blind at one point in the match. I couldn't see.
When you mentioned about obviously winning that, you felt like you had a main championship or real championship. I mean, that's not a discredit. Likes of the Outer Hebrides championship that you held.
Yeah.
I know that is huge in Alba. But I think this one was a little bit more close to home.
Yeah, it was more personal. Like, no disrespect to any other championship I've held, but this was more personal. It was in my hometown, my home promotion. And it's just the people that was there to watch and the people that believed in us and put that trust in us to do that. That's why I felt so much. That's why I've got so much feelings towards that championship and towards that match especially.
I know Colin was quite emotional, as you heard him on commentary there. Colin, did you in fact shed tears?
Yeah, and I'm welling up a bit now, hearing it again. And it was all the way through the match. Now, it didn't matter to me who won, because I know all three of them very well. And, it wouldn't matter to me which ones won, but it was a clean fight, a great match. And it was like 5-star chef kisses all over the place. And when he won, I just knew he'd have a big cheesy grin on his face. But seeing him trying to get up to that second turnbuckle, he was pagged. They were all pagged. But no, over the moon. And happy as a box of foxes, as I said.
Spawn, you said before, obviously Persona is your trainer. So Persona, I've got to ask, how did it feel for you watching that match? I don't know if you managed to watch it live or watch it back, and just seeing how hard Spawn performed and seeing that championship win. It's got to feel good for a trainer.
Well, it's obviously good for a trainer because everyone that's watched that match says it's one of the best that they've watched. And some trainers and some like veterans in the business that like they don't take it well when other people have a good match, and they don't like give it the credit that it necessarily deserves. They don't like to see the people that they're teaching actually get ahead of them, because then they've then got nothing left to fall back on. But that's not the case. Yeah, it's like everyone that I've trained a lot of people, and everyone that I've trained, I've said the exact same thing. If by the time I'm not done as a wrestler, if you's on better than me, then I've done my job wrong. And I think that match there and all the other matches that we're seeing with the Sovereign Shield Championship is a clear message to the audience that one day this person's going to be miles better than everybody else here, and miles better than the person that taught him. So it's a good feeling. I think that everyone in the match was great. Like, it's not just down to Spawn, and it wasn't just down to Alan Shaw, and it wasn't just down to Thunder. I think all three of them really chilled really well. Was never actually planned to be a triple threat. Was meant to be a one-on-one. So I'm very happy that the last minute change to make it a triple threat happened, because I still think the match would have been good, but I think the triple threat stipulation added to it. And obviously, I know that before the start of the IWF, Spawn had a championship at the time that meant a lot to him. So I think this championship is kind of he never got to have that run with that championship. That we built it up for a year. There was so much story behind it. There was so much meaning behind it. And then it never really got the payoff that it deserved. So I think with this go around, it's sort of it's an all back to him for what he never got to do.
And Dagon, that's got to be up there with one of the proudest dad moments.
For me, when me and Persona discussed the Sovereign Shield Championship and the division, it was always about getting the workhorses in to really put out the best of the mid card. I mean, you'll see it all over where everything's reliant on the main event and the main championship, where we want our mid card as well to be like just as good, if not better in some cases. Like that match has got to rival your main event, in my opinion. And like Sona said, it was a last minute change to make it a triple threat. We know all three. We've wrestled all three multiple times over the course of the past few years, and putting them together, I think that just kind of set the standard of what we want here. And the way it went, because they kind of had creative freedom within the match, and the way it went, I was absolutely buzzing. For me personally, that is my favorite match in IWF so far. Not because I think it's the best, just think the moment was absolutely humongous.
Yeah, I agree. It was grand, as Jason says there. It was a grand moment for Grand Slam. Hey, Spawny, how you feel? I mean, here we are 6 months later, and you are still Sovereign Shield champion. Do you feel a bit more relaxed now, or is it more pressure?
So it's just trying to do the best that possibly can to be remembered. Like, some people either make a championship or a championship makes them. That's what I like to run by, and I want to try and make this championship big. That's my goal, and that's what I'm trying to do.
I think he's doing that. I 100% think he's doing that.
To be fair, we'll through everything at you, really. In the run so far, you face Rory Shaw, who, in my opinion, is one of the best big guys I've seen around at present.
One of the strongest guys I've ever met.
He is Tommy Cartel, who is that next level. Danny Kay, who has just flourished over the past 6 months or a year. Alan Shaw, who even at dropkick, he's flying, no pun intended. But like, you've had some mega matches with it, and I think we've really tested you and every match has been for the Sovereign Shield, top quality.
That's all I'm trying to do. Keep it consistent. Try and keep this the best I possibly can. Like, because everyone's different who you face, so it's just trying to make every match somewhat different and somewhat better.
Well, not to forget that Nate Sawyer match as well, your first actual hardcore match.
Yep. I was not long after you turned 18, that was it?
No, it was the same month.
Same month. What did you think? Like, oh, I'm turning 18. Ooh, hardcore.
I was quite excited for it, to be honest. I do like that style of wrestling if it makes sense, and it did in that sense. So I was really looking forward to it, and I had many ideas of what I wanted to do, and so did Nate. So it was quite exciting.
It was an exciting match.
Sporty, you remember the time you said, "Oh, I've got a little box here, Cole. Guess what's inside it?" You opened it up, and there was drawing pins. I says, "You bloody idiot! What are you going to do?" "Oh, I'm going to get Nate with him." And I'm thinking, "Oh God!" I thought we'll come out the last 2 minutes of the match, finish, clock on. No, they were out. How quick into the match were they out, Sporty?
About 2 minutes. However, I do blame my dad for that one. It is all for the games till you get one in your ass.
Yeah. I must have to take some form of blame for that. So, leading up to that match, Persona and Spawn had a lot of ideas, and I kind of just let them run with it, but I didn't agree with some of it. So I was like, right, I think you should pull the drawing pins out pretty much the first move. As a person that's landed on drawing pins a lot of times, I thought, you're going to learn the hard way, kid.
So I couldn't get it. I think, why are they coming out this early? No. It's a finishing thing. But no, well, what makes you stronger makes you better. And if you get pins in your backside, your elbows, your knees, anywhere on your body, and it's not just the ones that stick in, it's the ones that get within your trunks or within your t-shirt and stuff like that. Oh, yeah.
Ouch. So from the first night, moving on to now, you've done so many great things, and I'm sure everyone on this screen, everybody watching, everybody who knows you, they're expecting to see even greater things coming from you. And you know what? I think you're going to do just that. Is there anything you'd like to say? Anything you'd like to get off your chest? Say it to anyone in particular? Or just spread the word of Spawn? This is your time.
Well, I'd just like to thank everyone that gave us that opportunity. I feel like in IWF, I feel at home here. I feel like if I don't believe this is correct, I can actually speak up about it, and we can come to some sort of like middle ground. What will work for me and what will work for us. Like, I don't know. I think IWF, it just feels very homely. Like backstage as well, everyone likes each other. Everyone gets on, and I'm just thankful that I've got the opportunities I have, and these have let us try and push myself to that next level.
Right. Fantastic. Spawn, thank you very much for coming on tonight. I'm sure you'll have more to say in the future as we head into 2026. I, for one, cannot wait for that. But for now, this will be Auf Wiedersehen, and well, no doubt I'll probably speak to you later on. Mm-hmm. So until then, it's goodbye and have a good night, my friend.
Bye.
You know, I say it all the time, but that lad is seriously going places. I'm not even trying to hype him up or anything. That lad is really going for.
No, I totally agree. I think he was decent when he was 14, but I think since he tagged with Persona that few years ago, and he's been trained by Persona consistently, I think we'd all agree that he has getting to that like next level to where he can go.
Yeah, the upper echelon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do move on because there's more moments from Grand Slam to get through here. And the next moment of the night came in our Regal Duos tag team title match. We had the Detriment taking on Mythological Madness. And here to join us as we go through and talk about that moment is none other than the now former Regal Duos champions, the Detriment themselves. We've got Hybrid and Alfie Jackson. Good evening, gents. How are you doing?
Good evening. Thank you for having us.
Not a problem.
With the Detriment.
No, we're not doing that. We don't do that, yeah. So we are going to watch the highlight, the clip from the end of the match, you guys, that glorious moment, and then we'll get a little in depth about how you felt and how you feel. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the moment that the Detriment won the Regal Duos tag team titles.
Going on the outside, I don't think the ref's seen anything, but Adrenaline Kid's going to pay the price for that. Oh!
Well, he's just eaten the corner post, shall we say, turn post one, Adrenaline Kid, nothing.
You're not going to win a fight with steel.
No. Superman punch on Sulfurina.
Yeah, I think the lights are now off.
I think I know what we're heading for here. I think these two are going to head up for a hijack here. And Sulfurina's right in the middle of it. Pulled the gun, hijacked. Sulfurina trying to roll out the ring. Is she going to get there? No. Hybrid drags her back in. We have new champions.
We have new tag champs. The first.
Well, it was a mauling, Alan. Absolute bloody mauling.
So now on.
I think, what shall we say? I think I know what we're heading for here. I think these two are going to head up for a hijack here. Silver is right in the middle of it. Pulled the gun. Hijacked. Silver trying to roll out the ring. That was a mauling, Alan. That was a mugging. No.
Well,
Hybrid dragged her back in.
The gentlemen have just showed us all.
We have the champions. They are a valid tag team. Let them bask in the glory. But all I'll say for Detriment now is be careful.
I'm just going to start off by saying it's obvious that you two have a proper genuine friendship. I could tell the second you won those championships. All Alfie wanted to do was give Hybrid a big hug. And it worked out. But how do you guys feel about that match in the moment? Why is Alfie about to just laugh his head off, it looks like?
Oh, no reason. No reason.
Okay.
Yeah. Say something, Steva, Alfie.
So, at the moment, honestly, it was kind of weird in a sense. In a good sense, obviously, but obviously when we got told about the idea, I was all for it. And teaming with Hybrid is something that we've both wanted to do for years now. So to finally be able to do that and not only team, but actually build this friendship up, like you said, it's been amazing. I think this is one of the best years. And then when we got to hold the belts, it was that moment where everything that we've done finally paid off. Spawn said it best. I've held belts previously, and again, no disrespect to the other belts, but that belt finally felt like I had achieved my childhood dream in a sense. And I knew that my dad would have been fucking loving it. That's why I slapped my hand. Always giving him a high five. But I love that moment.
PG Shaw.
Apparently you pay Hybrid.
Did I swear?
Is it true?
Did I?
Just dropped an F-bomb.
Oh.
Alfie doesn't know when he swears.
This is why I do the talking. And that wasn't the plan originally.
Yeah.
That's true.
Colin.
So, for me,
Yellow card.
at the end of that match, that was all genuine. It wasn't supposed to be a hug. Obviously, we're the big bad guys. But I think a lot of it was relief for me. Me and Alfie were both in quite a good position, booking wise, in a previous promotion before IWF started. The fact that obviously Joe has been my trainer for goodness knows how long, since he didn't have any hair on his face, and John's creative mind is just incredible. You always bounce ideas off each other. A lot of it was relief because I think everybody took a gamble coming to IWF, and I know there was doubts. Some of them were from me about teaming with Alfie. Yeah, it's something we've wanted to do, but if you look at that match, both teams were brand new. A lot of people, the commentary team, Colin, you're guilty. You doubted us on that commentary team. We heard it from your lips. And I think
that's not correct, Harry. I just didn't like your team. That was it. It was as simple as that.
Wow.
You know, I just didn't like the team. And then you sneak a win. I saw her arm on there. She played. She was actually under the rope. Every tag title you've tripped, you sneaked it every time. And when you lost it, it wasn't just me. It was the happiest man in that room. Tetley Taylor next to me. He was happy as a but. But I'll say two things about you two. Number one, there is a great friendship there, and two, you do work amazingly together.
Yeah, it was it was a big risk. That whole match. I want to thank yous, the pair of yous, Dagon, Persona, for taking that risk. Yous at this point know better than anyone else, but as Albus Dumbledore said, sometimes you got to make the decision between what is right and what is easy. Going to IWF was right. Staying at other place was easy. Yes, we may not be the champions anymore, but I think we've done well. When you think of the Regal Duos Championships, you will think of the detriment, whether we're winning or not. In some promotions, it might even happen in this promotion down the line, tag team division gets forgotten. And I think as long as the detriment are kicking around, it won't be.
I mean, still, at the end of the day, you've got that big. You were the first ever IWF Duos champions. That in itself is a massive, massive achievement, and it'll be etched into the history books. You can go and check Cage Match; it's on there. Your names are forever on there. It's amazing, and you guys had a hell of a run with it. You could see the fun you had. I remember you coming to me, Hybrid, and saying, "Oh, can you help with a little bit of editing?" I was like, "All right, what do you need?" And you were like, "Just bring your green screen. I'll explain the rest."
It wasn't a green screen. We were actually there.
That whole thing, though, it just shows that you can have fun. You guys are very much capable of having fun. And I don't think a lot of people see that. I think they just see you as these big bad guys. But you can be fun. You really can, especially that funny looking one there.
Respectfully, I don't think anybody looks at me and thinks big bad guy. I'm not going to lie. I'm like 9 stone wet. You know, I doubt anyone looks at me and thinks that, DJ. But I appreciate it.
I carry enough body weight for the both of us. It's all right.
Exactly.
There you go.
even in the last 6 shows and stuff like that, I have seen the synchronicity between you and the teamwork. And now you both think you know what the other one's doing. At the beginning, it was a little clunky, but now there is a smoothness. And I know every month, even though I might not like you, I've got to applaud you, because technically the pair of you are actually a team. And sometimes putting 2 people together, it never bloody works. But this worked, and it'll keep working. I'm sure you'll get those tag titles back sooner or later. No doubt we'll have a face like a slap backside, but that's fine. You've earned it. Well done, lads.
As the owners, Dagon, Persona, what are your guys' thoughts on the first ever Regal Duos champions and their rather impressive run?
I'll let Persona go first on this one.
I think that my main thing is that, like, especially with the Grand Slam being like when all the first champions were made, it's very easy to be like, okay, well, I really like this person outside of wrestling, so they can have that one, and they can have that one, and they can have that one, and then everyone's happy, and all my best friends are champions, and bam, bam, bam. But from my thought process was a lot more of, okay, every independent wrestling show that I've been to, nobody cares about the championships when it comes to fans. Like, they're just props that people hold, and they don't really care who's got them. They don't really care that somebody's took it off somebody and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to make the IWF championships actually mean something. So that meant everyone that held them for the first time had to bring something to that championship to make it feel, to make it have that connection to the audience and to make the audience care about it. And that's when it then goes into tag team wrestling. Every independent wrestling show I've been to, I've seen so many tag teams that you just wouldn't fit together. They don't work well together. You can tell that they're being forced into a team. They've got no chemistry. They've got no banter. They've got nothing. Like, but back in the day in wrestling, makes it sound like I'm like ancient. But like every tag team that came out, you'd think they were like related, or you'd think they like knew each other inside and out, and that they'd been friends for years, and and that they had this chemistry. But I think that's now forgotten, and that's why nobody cares about tag team wrestling anymore as a whole across professional wrestling, because nobody's got chemistry, nobody makes it believable. But with Alfie and Hybrid, straight away I knew just off interactions that they had with each other outside of wrestling, in training, I was like, okay, these two could do it as a tag team. These two have got the chemistry that you need to be a good tag team. And did they get the Regal Jewels Championships because of the wrestling ability and because they're going to put on 5-star matches and because they're going to be brilliant? No. But I think they brought something to them championships that probably nobody else could have brought at the time, which was just entertainment. For the fact that of everything that they'd done online, people paid attention to because it was different, it was unique. Every time that they were on a show and they came out with a belt, they made something of it. They made people care about them. They had them on display. I mean, the Halloween show that we're doing, they're one of the only people that dressed up. Like they put effort into it to make people hate the fact that they had them belts. So therefore, the audience then cared about the belt. And individually as wrestlers, I've been told by a lot of people that these two aren't good enough to be wrestlers and that these two aren't good enough to be where they are. But throughout my entire training both of them, I've said to everybody that both of these people have potential and that they can do very good things. They're just either not being taught right by the wrong people, or they're not being given the opportunities that are going to make them be good. And I think with the IWF, we're now seeing that they're getting taught the way that they should be getting taught, and they're getting put in storylines, they're getting put in matches, they're getting put against people who they are going to shine with, and therefore they look better for it. So to everybody that did say that Alfie and Hybrid weren't good wrestlers and that they had no potential, swivel on that one.
I was going to say PG.
Swivel on that one.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this out of all the championship wins, I think this one for me is really made it like apparent to what we've tried to create when we've done the IWF. Because for me, wrestling should be fun. It should be where you're enjoying what you're doing, you're at the top of your game. And I think from seeing what years works, I've wrestled with these guys for years now, the conversations we had before the IWF started and seeing where you were at the time, like both physically and mentally. Then you come in, you create this tag team, you go on to win the Regal Jewels Championships. And even though like the videos are like quite out there, like you can tell that you're actually having fun doing it. The matches, you can see that there's dynamics that you're making up between you where nobody else would think of that. Like there was a moment in your tornado tag match where I think it was Hybrid a horse and you and G Matthew were sitting on his back. Like stuff like that to me, like that just makes a moment within a big moment of a big tornado tag team match. And to see a 6-month run where, again, we're through everything at his tornado tag match with Jam and Ewan, which to anybody can be a really big and heavy match. Both phenomenal talents there were, and he just kind of complemented each other. Thunder Flash, who's been tagging for the past 2 years, and I would say that the chemistry that they've got, have got as well. Your tag match with Strange Street, that is one of my favorite tag matches I've seen in a long time. And just seeing how it's all come together, like, it's kind of heartwarming, really, to know where we were to where we are now. And I've enjoyed every second of it.
But again, it's without getting too cringy now for it, it's a credit to you two. Obviously,
100%.
We don't have any say with what's going to happen. Despite what people might think, I'm not. I don't have that much power. It's used to in the training, and again, Dagon with the ideas we've bounced around in the past. Not once have you shot any video idea down. If anything, you've encouraged it, tried to make it better. DJ yourself, you'll drop everything to give us a hand. Because a lot of what people don't realise is this poor lad, Alfie Jackson, he doesn't. He's a clever lad. He doesn't come up with any of these, so he doesn't get a say in what he has to do. Do you think he wanted to be there in a hula dress?
Absolutely not.
Like singing in the car, things like that. If anyone knows Alfie, to know what his confidence is like, and he's just said yes to everything, and everything he smashed. Honestly, I thought, as bad as it sounds, I thought Alfie was going to hold me back a bit in this team, but he's done everything but, because he's elevated me at this point.
Oh,
he is a testament to the detriment.
Yeah,
I like that.
Alfie.
I don't know back off what Hybrid said. Last year, I thought like I was done with wrestling. The amount of times I've had the conversation with Persona and Dagon last year alone, just saying, look, like I feel like there's nothing for me now. My confidence was shot, and when IWF got announced, I started to feel the fire back in us, and then every show, every training session, even every conversation we had about something that we could do, it's made us more confident. Obviously, I've got a massive phobia of travelling. Like, I struggle going to Sunderland, and this year I've travelled more than I've ever done in my entire life. Obviously, I've went up to Scotland with Hybrid and had an eventful car journey where he didn't leave anyone behind. And then obviously, Dagon managed to get us an opportunity down Firestar, which I honestly loved. Yeah, like Spawn said,
Thornaby as well.
I Thornaby. Wait, what? As Spawn said, what?
Drop kick.
Oh, I drop kick
like 3
I was
times.
going to say, drop kicks really helped us out. It's
massively. Every gala show.
Yeah.
Wrestle with Pride as well, man. Jesus Christ, I Wrestle with Pride. But
Alfie, when we're at
Colin.
Thornaby, are you still stroking that dog?
Yeah, right. That's not starting that right, because this is a PG show. And I'm sure Dagon doesn't have PG thoughts about that. But I like Spawn said previously, IWF is like a family. And to me personally, I couldn't think of anything more like that. The amount of times I've called Dagon Dad is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I'll be talking to Spawn, and he'll say, "Oh, ask me Dad," and I'll turn around and I say Dad, and then it's just that connection.
I just want to put a disclaimer there. I have never been with Alfie's mother.
No.
He has.
Nah, but
she's a lovely, respectful woman.
It's been an amazing year, and again, I couldn't be more grateful for the chances Diego and Persona's given us too. Like everything I've wanted to say has been said.
Nice.
That's probably for the best.
It is. I'm actually right, so I've got to really think about everything I say because I don't want to swear.
You've already done it.
I know, but I'm trying to process what I say now.
Right, lads. Sorry, I'm still stuck on before about him being your dad. So thank you very much for coming on here, talking about your experience with the IWF, how you guys felt winning the Regal Duos titles. No doubt 2026 is going to be full of more shenanigans from the Detriment. I'm pretty sure we've got you guys have got a sentiment with the Detriment coming up some point soon. You must have.
Oh, yes, we do. That's what I was going to say, actually. December 29th. December 29th. It's the next episode of the Sentiment with Detriment. This is where Luke will
forward to
speak.
that league table, Alfie. Looking forward to that league table.
I don't know why you're talking to me, Colin, because that's Hybrid's job.
Well, you plugged that very well.
Do you want to give it a shot, Hybrid?
September.
So yes, it's not in September. It might be one in September, but
that probably will be.
September first. When did we say? I think it's the 29th.
29th,
yeah. Join us. We'll go through the league table. We'll see how bad of a commentator Colin is.
Colin's going to be our karaoke singer this year.
Yes, and as we go, you'll see on the Sentiment for Detriment, I'd like to bring to this show as well. At the end of every show, we do have someone sing. So today we're going to have Colin Barker singing "Hero" by Enrique Iglesias. So can you just get Colin Barker on the screen, please? Thank you.
We're not doing that.
This is why I prefer Dave. Dave, the media guy's way much better.
You've just been red carded.
I like Dave as well. Dave was pretty good.
Dave's so much more better.
I mean, Dave's so much more better. Yeah, you know what? Like, lads, thank you for
he
coming.
He does as he's told. Right now.
He's not a slave.
In all seriousness,
right, PJ.
Coming on. I cannot wait to see what you guys produce in the future. I think we're all going to be entertained by it. Until then, though, I guess I'll see you guys next year. Ooh.
All right.
I'll see you on the 29th.
I see.
DGB.
Why would you see me on the 29th?
Because you're going to join us.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Thanks for joining, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
See you later. Hey, God.
Does this mean you're singing, TJB?
They ain't going to get me singing, I'll tell you that. Brandon, IWF. Brandon, long-time viewer of IWF. Nice to see you. Wow. We do have one more moment from the Grand Slam. So what I'm going to do is, we're there just to bring the person on. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us for this next moment as we go over the IWF Championship match. Oh, we're there. I have to do it like this as well. Is both Dagon and Persona.
Sorry, I was stretching.
So, I've got the ending of that match here. We are going to play that, and then you guys can just talk about how you felt, your experiences on that night. Enjoy, folks. This is Persona winning the IWF Championship.
We have only one referee tonight. This is it. That's all we got.
Oh no! This is where it's getting sinister. Oh no!
To the back. And one in the midriff. And he's got a finish it up. And one to the head.
I said this yesterday, I said it the day before. Persona will go to lengths, no other, to take home a belt, and that's it. I mean, he's...
Curve stops him on the chair, and conveniently the chair leaves the building. Brian is still not stirring. Where's he going? Yeah, he's going to the top rope. He's only going to end up with one thing. He hits his coup de grace, but without a referee. Oh, Brian's awakening a little bit. Coup de grace.
No,
Come on, Brian.
not like this. Not like this.
Oh, hey, your own fault. 2. We have a champion.
I'll be back.
Okay, no, you won't.
Persona will go to lengths no other.
Watch out for the best in the world.
That's it. I mean,
Okay, stop. How down you, the IWF champion, but without a referee. The best in the world. Right, awakening a little bit. 2 de grace. Come on, Brian.
Not like this. Not like this.
Hey, you won't fall. 2. We have a champion. He only wanted this to wreck everything.
You love using a steel chair. I've noticed that's your main weapon of choice, Persona.
It's just easy.
It's just easy like Sunday morning. So I don't know which one of you wants to speak first here, but you guys have known each other for a long time. It's not the first time you've been together in a ring. Was this different from then? And if so, how?
So for me, Persona being our first IWF champion was the absolute correct and only choice. And I know that we did have plans leading up to the Grand Slam for a specific match, and that person couldn't make it. And I spoke to Persona and I said, I'm free that night. Like, we faced each other, I think it was October last year. And in my opinion, that was probably one of my best matches I've ever had. And I think the story was organically building from when we started the IWF and Strange was making the signings, and we had that contract signing where Persona was stuck at the window and I was trying to hide from him. And to bring back the red-faced demon for that match, I think made it more intense because there's a lot of history there. And for me, that was one of the most nervous matches I've had, because 1, I'm facing me trainer. 2, I'm facing the person I own the company with. 3, it was what you would class as the main event in a room full of people with, I don't want to say they were doubting, but it was people that came to kind of see what we were all about. And our performances that night had to really shine more than ever. And personally, I feel like we nailed it.
Okay. Persona, do you feel the same?
What did you ask if we were nervous?
Yeah.
Or, yeah. I wouldn't say I was nervous. It was more of a kind of. It wasn't nervous. It was just, it has to be very good. Like, this can't be anything less than like the best match or one of the best matches on the card, because like we'd built it up for 6 months. This match, we've built the Grand Slam for 6 months. This is the main event of the show. This is for what we're branding as the most important championship. So this has to be up to a standard, not just for the audience, but for our own roster, who have been badgering for 6 months, saying that they all need to be to this standard as well. Another big thing was the Grand Slam, I think, was a lot of wiping the stigma away from the last place where we were. And the last place where we were might not be happy with us saying that, but like it's true. Like, don't get angry because I'm saying the truth here. I get angry. You can be angry that there's a stigma there, but that's not my problem. But it's real. There was a stigma there. There was lots of doubts that this collective of people have made this promotion and are doing a show and they're going to have matches because of where we came from, because of what we've done in the past. And the Grand Slam was all about getting rid of all that. We aren't all the same people that we were there. this isn't the same thing. This is a completely different product, completely different brand, completely different level. So that was like the behind the scenes in my thought for the match. I know there was a lot of, I said from the beginning I didn't want to win the championship. I hated the idea of it. And it was because wrestling, when an owner puts the championship on themselves, you get stigma for that, and you get shit for PG. And then you get bad things because of that. But again, going to what I said about the detriment and the reasoning for people winning championships is this is our most important championship. So in my opinion, there was only two ways that we could go. And that is, we'll put it on the person that's the most loved. And if they love this championship, the audience will love that championship for them. Or we'll put it on the person that's going to be the most hated in the room. Make everybody hate the fact that they've got that. And then it in turn builds somebody else up who's eventually going to take it off them. And in my opinion, that the second option, the better option, because I think the person that everybody loves had already won a championship that night. So it was all very easy to plan, but it was very, very nervous with like the online reaction of me winning the championship.
Yeah.
As I thought I was going to get hounded for backstage reasons. But I was very open and honest about winning the championship. I spoke to the entire roster. I said, this is the plan. If you all hate this idea of me holding this championship, say something and it won't happen. Everybody is a roster, backstage people, everyone mutually agreed this is what's best for business. This is what's best for the brand. So go for it. The match itself, I'm very happy with it. I was very worried that I wasn't going to be the most hated person in the room because that audience hadn't really seen Persona for 6 months. And I know for a fact that, and this isn't me being big-headed, but I know for a fact that if you go out there and you give me 5 minutes on a microphone and let me say whatever I want to say, I can make everybody hate me. But it was doing that and making everybody hate us with enough time for the main event. But it worked out in the end. Very happy with it. I think we're definitely made not just the IWF championship, but every other championship that night mean something. And I think the audience now, 6 months down the line, all massively care about the championships, especially the IWF championship, because of the reaction that someone got for winning it. And yeah.
Colin, I know you know both of these men extremely well. You've watched them practically grow as wrestlers. You were commentating this whole thing alongside Taylor. How did you feel when Persona captured the title?
I always thought Dagon, because he wasn't fully fit. I know prior he had a few aches and pains, but I knew Persona was on the button. He was fit and healthy, and of course he'd go to any lengths. I know Red-Faced Demon would, but I know Persona can just get that chair out, waffle you with it, and the best bit, take a bride out. That was a great idea.
Speaking of Brian,
yeah, it's about to enjoy. Yeah, you went in for a lot of it, but no, I've seen these two go at it previous times, and just the pair of them. I think between the pair, you enjoyed it as well. You did, and I did see a few smiles now and again. When you're clowns, or you're just giving a punch up the bracket and stuff like that. There was smiles going into. Take that, you pillocky. No, the ending was right. Persona's been a great champion. He'll be a champion any company, will that lad? I remember the first night I saw him, and me and Dagon had a bit of a switch look at each other, didn't we? And I thought, yeah, this guy's gone far. And you can only go as far as your dreams. So just, as Rowdy Piper used to say, dare to dream.
Brilliant. Is there anything either you two lads want to say before we move on to the next moment?
I just off the back of what Persona said. Like, he was worried about any sort of, should we say, political sort of heat off the back of getting a championship. That was ultimately my decision. As soon as we'll come up with the idea of the championships, I was the one that said, you need to be our first champion. And if anybody has got any sort of issue with that, then that's kind of their issue. That's not mine. So I think what we've done is created an amazing story, like you said, leading up to a certain person who then took it. Because if you followed what the IWF has done from the very first match at Dropkick, the pre-show, that's when that story started. So that story that's just happened or just unfolded had been going on for about 8-9 months, and I was just a pawn in the game of chess, shall we say.
Persona, anything you'd like to say before we move on?
I know that it was touched on that the original match wasn't actually meant to be Persona versus Red-Faced Demon. It's meant to be against somebody else, but then things changed. That's wrestling. And then we made the decision that it'll be Persona versus the Red-Faced Demon. And as much as I did want the original match to happen, because I thought it would have just been good, I can say that I'm very happy that this happened the way that it happened, because going into the Grand Slam, I was expecting like 80 people to come. We ended up with over 200. I remember sitting backstage and there's a monitor that you can see the fans in, and I seen it was rammed, and I seen how I had to get chairs out. And it was very proud sitting there looking at that. But then it felt right that the last match on the first show was between the two people that were the idea for all of this. And we aren't the reason that it's all happened. There's like a massive handful of people that have helped in every different way to make IWF what it is. But just the fact that, okay, we had this idea to do this, and then it turns out that we're both going to close the book on it for the first show was a very poetic ending, and I liked it.
All right. Well, that's the end of our Grand Slam moments, but it's not the end of all of our moments, because we've had plenty of shows. And the next moment that we do have, well, it's me. So
you can't take yourself off and bring yourself back on.
I can't do that. I can't talk. I can't. So the next month, something happened. It was about halfway during the show, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
About halfway during the show, something happened, which kind of changed my role here in the IWF. I was made the general manager. You can read it right there, IWF general manager. And this is the moment it happened, from Strange stepping down to me stepping in. Enjoy.
Do you know what this evening's just shown me? I used to stand here as the prince of the underworld, Diego, and took crap from nobody.
Uh-oh.
And now all I am is a clown to all of you. Isn't that right, Nate? Isn't that right? Well, a clown no longer.
Oh dear, he's
I know the
stabbed.
stipulation. If I ever do red face again, then I'm gone. Well, Imperial Board, see, this is my resignation because I quit.
No!
God.
You can't quit, Strange Face.
What the hell?
I wouldn't laugh, because now I'm not part of Imperial. I'm coming to your dog sports. Red face than ever, and I can tear you apart.
Well, you know where this is headed.
We don't need a sanctioned ring.
Down a
We
rabbit
don't
hole.
need a referee. I'm going to end you this all. End it. Just so I don't leave all of these people without a general manager. In my contract, it was stated that if I step down, I can pick a replacement. And I'm just a man who I can trust to deliver for all of these fans. Ladies and gentlemen, your new general manager of Imperial Wrestling Federation.
Here we go.
DJ.
Oh my God!
Oh dear.
Wow!
Well,
what a shocker!
If I was DJB, I'd be shitting bricks and building a wall now.
I think the crowd like it.
Well, I don't think he likes it.
So get in this ring and address your crowd.
Oh dear! It's to pardon the phrase, shit just got real.
Yeah.
DJB has been handed is it a poison chalice?
Well, look what happened to him when he got in the ring last time. Good friends.
Adrenaline.
Very good friends.
I'm going to leave a suit now, yeah?
That just slung past me, that, did you, Pillock?
Oh! Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I really don't know what to say.
Well, I think you got to deal with Nate Soy first.
Last month, right, we did get something right. My dream is to be in this ring. But that doesn't mean I've got to be a wrestler to be in this ring. Look where I am now. All of you amazing Imperial fans. And with you, right here. Brad, do you really think I'm going to let you walk away? Do you really think these people are going to let you walk away?
No. I know what lead we're looking for.
Well, I'm going to tell you my very first act as general manager of IWF. And I am about to sign someone for each and every single one of you. None of this.
Uh-oh.
My first signing in any incarnation is Dagon.
Oh my God. Nate Sawyer just built the house.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you want. And I'm so happy you're stood there. I'm glad you're stood there. Because ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to announce to you right now, in 3 weeks' time, right here in Cheers Bar, Monarch Madness, I am giving you the match you want. Nate Sawyer versus the red-faced demon, Dagon. And you ain't gonna have to find him in the woods, but you can have him anywhere you want. Balls count anywhere.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I mean,
this is going outside of the virus game, isn't it?
Everybody with you. Thank you above everybody else. And I am going to do you proud.
Good luck, DJB.
You belong here. So, looking back on that, I noticed in the corner of the room up where the music equipment is, you've got Zoe, you've got Madria, and I think Persona, you might have been there as well. And you've all got your phones out, and you're all looking over, just waiting. And I can remember it now at the time, but I didn't know what the hell you were doing. I'm thinking, hey, there's two cameras. There's 2 cameras looking at both angles of the ring. What are them 3 got their phones out for? And then he said my name, and oh shit. Oh.
Yeah, DJ. Yeah, it's a little bit of a background to this. So I'm not going to go too deep into the reasoning, because we choose to do this, draw the curtains back every now and again, and like give the fans a bit of more of an insight. But there was a previous role that you were doing, which I know you were really excited about. Me and Persona was well behind it. And the carpet or the rug got pulled from under you, shall we say, multiple times. So when we started Imperial and Strange was general manager, we knew that Strange was not going to continue just doing that. So I think it was Persona came up with the idea of, let's make DJB the general manager. Well, let's not tell him. So you'll see in that clip, when I announce it, I've got a bit of paper in my pocket. And I passed you over the paper, and you went off the fly based off that bit of paper. That just proves that you can act on the spot, like you can react very quickly. And personally, I think it was the right time. It was the right choice. But I'll let Persona tell you why I didn't want to tell you.
Why didn't you want to tell us?
What?
Why didn't you want to tell us?
I don't remember. I don't remember what like we done last week. I remember like all this stuff because you showed us the clips.
So
why didn't I want to?
What was that Raw reaction?
Oh yes, that's the right.
Yeah, we're kind of wanting it to be because we keep seeing that moments in the ring is big moments for the crowd, but there are personal moments for us as well. Like we do get something out of it within the moment side of things, and I think there's nothing better than a Raw moment, and we know how much that you worked the last time and you didn't get there, and just in a click of a fingers you got it. And you can see like you were amped up, the adrenaline kicked in. Yeah.
I will say, I remember saying, "Oh, I guess I'm going to need a suit now." 6 months later, and I still don't have a suit.
And in 6 months' time, you still won't have a bloody suit.
No, I will. I've got something.
No, you won't. He was sat with me and Taylor, and I think his backside dropped off. And as soon as he went in there, I thought, aye. And there's one thing about DJB, he sat there, and I'll say it to his face, he does wear his heart on his sleeve, and that gets him into more trouble sometimes than it needs to be. And that was a lovely, give him a kick in persona. I love that. That made my day, that. But anyway, it's heart over head, and it'll always be heart over head. But no, people connect with you. People believe you. People know your passion. Just crack on, sunshine, and try and listen to me more often. It'll stop you getting your head kicked in so much.
I mean, the word you said there, passion, that's exactly what it is. I've been passionate about wrestling for a very long time. Everyone on screen knows that. Outside of this, I do other wrestling things online. A lot of my friends are probably watching this right now, or they will be. And it's because of things I learned there that's helped me transition over into this lifestyle. So without that, I don't think I'd be able to have, like you said, Dagon, do it on the fly, on the spot, just like that. So without any of them experiences, I wouldn't be anywhere near as, without sounding big-headed, as Persona would say, I wouldn't be anywhere near as skilled as I am today if it wasn't for the stuff I've done over the past, I think it's 18, 19, nearly 20 years now. Just pretending, writing stuff online, writing stories. That's like the stories, the entertainment, making sure people finish up the night having fun with a smile on their face, going home thinking, yes, that person's done something brilliant. They've won a title, lovely. Or going home thinking, oh, I absolutely hate that person. I can't wait until the next show when hopefully they get their ass handed to them and they get beat. It's making the connections between the show, the wrestlers, and the fans. I love seeing it happen, and now being a general manager, I can help make it happen. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's a dream come true. I am literally living my childhood dream right now, and I couldn't be any more thankful to both you, Dagon, and you, Persona, for the opportunities, the chances. As over the past 6 months, past few years actually, we've known each other. You've always been an advocate for me, and I'll never be able to repay you for it. That I know you're probably thinking, no, you don't have to do it. I'll never be able to repay you for it. What you've done will stick with me until the day I die. So seriously, lads, thank you very much. But we've got a lot more moments to get through. What are you laughing at?
When you said that, Persona was.
Yes, you sit there with your inflated head. Take credit for it all, Persona.
Oh, I did. Don't worry.
We move on because our next moment was a massive moment. I mean, absolutely humongous. And it does involve you, Dagon, but not just you, but your entire family and friends as well. This was, of course, during the Sovereign Shield Championship match between Spawn and Nate Sawyer, the body bag match. Towards the end of that match, we did see the re-emergence, the rebirth of Pandemus, the Ministry of Pandemus. Sorry. We do have a clip from the ending of that match, but also the speech after that match. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax as we witness the return, the rebirth, the re-emergence of the Ministry of Pandemus. Here we go.
Oh my God! He's got a spike. Oh,
Get your damn hands off her! Get your damn hands off her! You sicko!
Oh no!
Shit!
I've just felt someone walk over my grave, Alan.
Shit just got real. What the hell is going on?
Well,
you see this, Col?
Yeah, I know the smoke.
What on earth is this?
Well, I think I know what's coming.
Oh my God!
These aren't the goons of Persona. This is something different.
This is familiar, Col.
No. We can't see what's going on in the ring.
Oh my God! What is going on? Jesus!
Oh, I know that.
Is that who I think it is?
It is.
It can't be.
It is.
It is.
Davey,
I can't believe what we're witnessing here.
Pandemus is back.
Oh my God! He's losing it.
Davey lost it years ago.
What the hell? This is a turn of the times here.
But the match is still on, Alan.
Dagon looks... What on earth got into Dagon?
Look, after he went through that table last month.
Oh my God, I've got all gold and silvery here.
Yeah, I felt that as well, Alan.
Nate Sawyer he's fucked up, Col. He's in trouble now.
Yeah. You know, it's like final boss, isn't it?
Get on! Kill him! Hypocrite!
The new incarnation of Spawn is out the body bag.
He looks incredible. He's been reborn.
Well, Davey, that's not very nice.
You know what you're getting with him, Davey? He'll be lilac.
He's going to pile drive him. He's going to pile drive him.
Right on the thumbtacks as well. It's I think it's over, Col.
I think this is retribution for Dagon and his family.
What's that on Davy's t-shirt? The Ministry of Pandemus.
It is.
This is the new... Come on! The new goths on the block.
Dip it up. At least Spawn's up to his feet now. And it looks like Dad's done all the work. It's done. It's done.
It's done, but it didn't get done by Spawn.
It doesn't matter. He keeps his belt. This isn't over between Dagon and Nate, is it?
Your winner of this match.
Davey, I'm the last person getting there. With all
Shield champion, the Living Nightmare.
Are we going to have a group hug here, Alan?
What DJB just looks as shocked as we did when Dagon appears with this new mood of idiots.
Don't give Davey a microphone.
For 6 months, I have had my presence on social media. I am the devil's advocate. And now, a new era is about to reign over Imperial. For months and months and months, we've seen these jokes, strange, the red face, and I've been saying for months that I had to do something about it, and I've done something
about it. You see, last month, that I was at the end of my tether. I had to do something. I had to bring back the original Diego.
He's done that incredibly.
And now, the new reign has started tonight. You have done me proud. You've done Pandamus proud. You've still will see a champion. Oh! Come on!
Let's not forget.
So, from tonight, this is what's going to happen. Pandamus is going to take over Imperial. None of this community rubbish. We are the Empire. We are the Ministry. And from tonight, Spawn, you have went out there and you have proved you can go. From tonight, I want to see you as a leader. Follow your father. You're a man now. Go out and show me the aggression, what you have to show me tonight. Don't show me the balls, what you have to show me tonight. And you will lead Pandamus one day.
The temperature in this room went from ice cold to red hot. Yeah,
it is.
Imperial Wrestling Federation has been injected with the Ministry of Pandemus and Davy Lilac.
I hope they've got a brush.
At the help. We know Davy Lilac is a genius when it comes to pulling the wool over everyone's eyes.
He pulls the wool over his own eyes, some days.
At least he's wearing a belt.
Yeah, he has got a belt on.
Gimmick infringement. Said Davy's a genius.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing about Taylor. He's very expressive with his language when he sat next to me. You know, yes. And every time he says naughty words, I just nudge him and stuff like that. So as you can imagine, I'm like this. Bloody hell, Alan, can't be like. But then I said shit bricks and built a wall, didn't I? So, you know, I can't get away with it. But no, it was a great entrance. And it just, everyone was like sucked to the air. Go, yeah, he's back. Yeah. Pandemus is back. And Davey did have a belt on. It was great. But giving him a microphone, never a good idea.
He was loving that. You see how much he was. I don't think I've ever seen Davey move like that ever. He was like a hyperactive chipmunk. Ah! It was brilliant. Unfortunately, he's not here right now. I would have loved to have been able to get him on to talk about that moment. But Dagon, you are here. Leading up to that moment, how did it feel? Because this isn't the first time, obviously, you've had Pandemus. How did it feel with the reemergence of it? How did it all come about? And you explain.
It's the only way I can put it is I've won a lot of championships in my time. I've had a lot of good reigns with championships and good matches, and this moment was probably the top of any moment I've ever had in wrestling, purely because when I first started, Colin will remember this well, he was around with the same group then. Davey was the first person I ever truly connected with on a personal level in wrestling. And we spent hours and hours and hours talking about it. When I created Dagon, I ran it past Davey. And then Spawn at the time was just, we brought him in and he would be the one that controlled the priests online and things like that. And Lilith was the little creepy girl that you didn't really see much of. But then after all this time, all of the changes to the red-faced demon, then it's Strange, and back to the red-faced demon, and then finally back to kind of, I can see me roots in a sense. Stood in the ring with Spawn, who was an established champion now, and Lilith, who has had multiple matches under her belt. She's grew up so quickly, but having Davey there was kind of like the cherry on top of the cake. I don't think it would have felt the same if Davey weren't there. But reuniting again, it was kind of like, it's hard to describe that. I feel like that's the way it should have always been. For me, that is who I am as a wrestler. Strange, it was quite hard and out of my comfort zone. The red face exclusive here, I never really wanted to do that. No, I got told I was going to turn into a heel, and red face was where that came from. But Dagon was ultimately like my favorite version of what I've done. So to have it back, having an IWF and the response from the fans, and it's just been amazing.
Also with Davey, it was his mind. He has a lot of troubles mentally sometimes, and some days he just doesn't function and stuff like that. And the opportunity of coming back in an environment where everyone loves him, appreciates him, and he's part of the team and stuff like that. It's helped him no end, and we got his back. I know currently he's a bit down after his parents passing, but we're all there for him, and that's what it's about. And when Davey walks out there, you always know you're going to get a quip of him. Maybe it'll probably not be very PC, or he might swear, but generally there's a nice lad there. And for him to come over, it was like coming home sunshine, and it was.
I bet. Persona, what were your thoughts when the idea was like first brought across about doing the Ministry of Pandemus?
I'm like interesting, because I think when you don't look at the product and you don't look at what was previously done, but you know who the people are, and you see that the IWF were doing Pandemus, but that's already happened. So why are they just like rinsing and repeating things that have already happened? And then you've got to think about it. If this isn't the same Pandemus that was seen so many years ago, like, but everybody that was in Pandemus is completely different to what they were. Like you had like Lilith, who didn't like speaking, didn't like being in the ring, didn't like doing this, and I don't know, is now on the way to become a wrestler. You've got Spawn, who was literally just starting out. Like if I came in and watched him do a tie-up then, I'd probably call him the worst things I could ever imagine. Now he's like a decorated wrestler who could wrestle most people and wrestle in most promotions. And then obviously you've got Dagon, who's went through like 3 different midlife crises, came back around to this. So it's a completely different thing. So I was very interested to see how all of these cogs that have been looking very well on their own kind of grew all by themselves. How are they going to all link back together? Is it going to work the same way that it did? Is there going to be infighting between people who are wanting to one-up each other? Are they all going to get along? Who's going to batter who first? Or is it going to be all sunshine and rainbows? And is this Pandemus going to be more successful than the last one was due to all the growth? Or are they all going to be egotistical and they're not going to win anything? So like, there's many different avenues you can go down with it, and I think there's many different reasons to not just think of it as, oh, it's Pandemus again.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And just for clarification, if we're talking about which of the members are going to batter each other, I think we all know that Lily would absolutely wipe the floor with Dagon and Spawn. But we do move swiftly on, because speaking of Lily, our next moment comes from the little demon sunflower herself. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show the winner of the St. Benedict's Rumble. It is, of course, the demon sunflower, Lilith. Hi.
Hi.
I hope you're doing well. So, welcome to the show. What we're going to do is we are going to watch that moment where you threw Persona over that top rope, and then we're going to talk to you about it, and well, we'll get your insight. So, ladies and gentlemen, How is Lilith winning the St. Benedict's Rumble?
All the confidence. Persona, I will warn you. This little...
Oh! You put the brakes on that. Go on!
Lily.
She's lights out.
Lily, you can't stop, you know.
I don't think she wants to. I don't blame her, actually.
I think there's been about 8 and out there. Missed. Oh.
Thunderous.
Help the champion down.
Absolutely thunderous that was.
Come on, Lily. This is your chance. This is your chance, Lily. She's missed it.
Oh, my.
Cut to the chest. Oh, that took the breath out of her.
Absolutely.
Oh. Persona lift her onto that top rope. She's sat up there now. Oh,
yes, that's
put the mush.
Kick his teeth out.
Lily on the top turnbuckle. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Right. Come on, Lily. Now's the time. Oh no! Went through the second rope. Missed it. Go on. This. Soda. Pity he went the wrong side of the... If he got the other side and out, Lily, you're still on the wrong side here. Oh. Slap across the face. Oh, that'll wind you up.
Yeah,
Lord!
As Lilith takes the win on the Battle Royal here in Sunderland. What a turn of events! That is karma, and karma has just bitten Persona right on the rear.
Shall we say it's a Lilac Finch's karma, isn't it?
Oh yes, the Ministry of Pandemus now together as Lilith raises the cup.
Tomorrow, she'll take that cup down. Too easy. Show the cup power. And Edie's gonna get burst and flipped about every move in his match.
Absolutely.
Every single part of it. And brother and father, so proud of him.
The reign of Lilith has begun here in the IWF.
Wow. Hey Alan, I'll see you on the 15th.
Amazing, absolutely amazing moment that I think everyone here got quite emotional over at the time. I know it was an emotional night because of the cause that was behind that Rumble. Lilith, we are how far away? Is it 2 months since that Rumble now? I think it's been about 2 months. 2 months later, how do you feel about that match? Are you still? I'd still be happy with it. I mean, you eliminated the then IWF champion, but given what the feelings you were going through at that time to now, what was going through your head?
Like, I think everyone could tell, like backstage and all that, how nervous I was. I was bouncing around and everything. And like the backstory behind it is just like every time I think about it, makes me feel happy because I know that my nana was still here, so I can make her proud.
I have no doubt you made her proud, and everyone on the screen right now. I remember you were going through the crowd afterwards. I didn't want to stop you for too long, but you had your back turned to us, and I remember saying, "Well done, Lily. I'm proud of you." And I know all of these were. I know Colin was very emotional. Persona as well. If you can catch it on the footage, right as he goes through the curtain, just off in the distance, you can see him turn around, and he's giving you the round of applause as well. It was. I had goosebumps. The crowd erupted. One of the biggest pops I've ever heard in cheers. Dagon, I know that was. It must have been a very emotional time for you as well as Spawn. How are you feeling?
think that full show, it was kind of like emotionally charged, and it weren't just for like our family either. It was like what people said at night. We're a really close bunch, so it was kind of like a kind of a push that all of us wanted to do, and we were all in it together. My biggest sort of nerves that show was when I got eliminated. I was thinking, how was she going to perform? Obviously, under the emotions, the kind of the big sort of, that was the biggest stage that she's been on. And she was in there with a trainer, and you always want to like impress in them moments. And I wish I recorded backstage. Like we all know how the script's going to go, right? And everyone backstage was at the telly, and they were like shouting, like every time you hit a move, there was clapping, there was people jumping around, and like it just gave us that buzz, as well as the fans and as well as you two in the ring and the commentators, you DJ. Like I think we all felt that moment very differently. But I think the performance side of it, I think that was something very special.
Yeah. Speaking of the performance side of it, as you mentioned, she was in there with trainer. You were in there with Persona. How was that Persona being able to not just, you weren't just watching your trainee perform in a ring against another opponent, you were dealing with it firsthand. So how did you feel from the first days of, let's say, Lilith's early training to how far she's progressed up until that point, getting in there with you?
I was quite like 50-50 on it, in the back of my head, because I'm fairly confident in my own abilities, and I feel I could drag a good match out of almost anybody that I'm putting there with, unless like I really don't like them on like a personal level. But I feel like there was a time when Lily would first ever start training, and it wasn't in a big group setting, and it wasn't anything like that. It was on show days before a show, and she'd come in the ring for 10 minutes with me and would do some weird sequence. One of the ones we've done in that Rumble was actually one of the first ones that I ever taught her. But it would be little bits like that, and then it would go on and on and on like that for months. And then she came into a group setting. I personally think she stagnated and gotten distracted by other people around. So in my head, I knew that she had the skill set to do it. It's just, has she let herself be held back too much the way she's not at the level where I think she's at? But I could tell the whole show day that she was into it. I could tell that she was ready for it. Every time that we spoke about going through it, every time we went through it, it was all spot on. As much as it was a difficult day for her and the family, if I was new then, I didn't know who they were, I wouldn't be able to tell that they were having a difficult time, because they all remained very professional. During the day, you wouldn't actually think anything was wrong. I'm not a very emotional person at all. I don't really like feel emotional for other people, so I'm probably like the perfect opponent to have in that type of situation. But what I will say about the young Sprog, who annoys me on a daily basis, she done very well. A lot of people, when they're put in there against someone that's taught them for a really long time, they either gel really well together and rise to the occasion, or they crumble because of the pressure of who they're wrestling with. She rose to it. The crowd were in everything that she done. She didn't do anything wrong. She pulled off some stuff that I've been teaching people for a decent amount of time now in wrestling, and she's done some stuff in that ring that people are still trying to grasp how to do 5 years into training. Very natural. It's one of the biggest pops I've ever heard at any indie wrestling show, not just the IWF. And it was felt very good when I got even though I lost, when I got slung over the top, it felt very good because I felt the room like shit. I had people shouting in my face and put cameras to my faces, but I literally felt like the room was rattling, and it was a very good feeling. And it was a very proud moment because, as I said, when Spawn was on here, and Alfie and Hybrid, I want to see my trainees do better than me. And seeing them do that well, it makes me feel very good.
Good. Colin, who is probably half a bottle of tequila rose deep by now. I know you've watched this young lass grow up for years now and progress. You're very close with the family. How did you feel when you saw Persona fly over that top rope?
Oh, I was over the moon. I know the emotion was going with me, and I just thought, good for you, Lily. You know, all those days you put your hand up to me and say, I'm not speaking, I'm not listening to you and stuff like this, funny face at me and stuff like that. I know she really loves me and stuff like that. But I was real proud of it. I gave her a hug afterwards. And the emotional bit of the night, that was great. But what I said on commentary, I said, tomorrow morning, she'll be in that hospice and she'll be telling Edie everything that happened. And when I saw the Facebook post in the morning, I thought I was on the button, what's that? And it triggered me, to be honest, and I was chuffed a bit because the reason was fantastic, the story was fantastic, and you know, when you're in a ring on your own, you've got that many people in front of you, you've either got to put up or shut up, and she definitely put up, and I don't think sometimes she believes how good she is, and sometimes if she shuts her mouth and opens her ears, she'd learn a bit more. But you know why I'm saying that. But when she does listen, it goes in. And, you know, I can't wait for the next incarnation of Lilac Legion, of Spawn and Lily, or even Dagon and Lily as a tag team. That's the things I'm thinking in the future. This is going to be mental.
Yeah, I'll just get my general manager notepad and jot that down. Lily, you've made absolutely everybody proud, not just with the Rumble law, but over the last God knows how many years that you've just persisted on, like Persona said, even getting into the ring 10 minutes for 10 minutes on a show day. It just shows that you were willing to get in there and wanting to progress further. And I think that 2026, we are going to see quite a bit more of Lilith getting in that ring and hopefully kicking some butt the way that the Pandemas do. But before I bid you farewell, is there anything you'd like to say to either anyone on screen, anyone that might be watching, or just anyone as a whole? The floor is yours.
Honestly, the only thing I would like to say is just like thank you to everyone who's told us I can do this, who's let me new stuff like Persona, my dad for telling me I can do this, Spawn for leading us through everything. Just thank you, everyone.
Thank you for kicking Persona's butt in that Rumble. So, like I said, I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of you. But for now, we do bid you farewell, and no doubt we'll see you. What was it, January? The date's completely slipped from my mind.
17th.
January 17th. We will see you at the Kingdom.
General manager doesn't even know the date.
It's getting late. You're the talking to one of the owners who's half asleep there. All right.
I'm freezing.
Lily, thank you very much for coming on, and we will catch you next time. Yep. Same with Spawn. That lass is going to go places. She's going to go up and up and up. She's going to go far. We're nearly done. We'll try not to keep you much longer, folks. Nearly 2 hours, but we've got a couple of more moments here. Yeah. And our next moment, it's a recent moment, and it comes from Thunder Flash. Of course, them picking up the Regal Duos Championships from the Detriment. I've got a clip here, and then I have another video direct from Thunder Flash, just to play for you guys. So here is the moment that Thunder Flash defeated the Detriment and captured the Regal Duos tag team titles. Enjoy.
It looks like it's breaking down here. The Detriment are gonna. Oh! That's a little bit of backup for you.
That nearly was a backslide to a win.
Is Hybrid the legal man here? I don't realise who. I don't even know who was in charge in ring.
Well, we know Johnny Thunder's. Oh, Superman punch to Alfie Jackson. Hybrid just got cross-bodied. Brian, do we have new champions? Not at this moment.
No, there wasn't. It's a bit of a mess for the Detriment here.
Can I just say, it's all going tits up for the Detriment.
Oh, I don't know. Hybrid could pull it back solo here. I mean, he clapped Jackson right in the face. It's a good shot as well.
Yeah. Rearranged his facial arrangements, Steely.
It's a shame there's no brain cells to rattle. Oh dear, oh dear.
Where's Johnny going for this?
Oh! The Detriment have took control here. Oh, Johnny Thunder just on the save there.
He needed to save it there. It was like a power bomb.
He went down there like a knackered lift.
He did. Keep it for it.
Here we go. Thunder is taking control again. Oh, hang on a minute. We're going to see some more aerial acrobatics.
Come on, Johnny. That McFly elbow. Flying elbow. Alfie breaks it up. No point arguing. Oh, famous by Thunder. Shuts up Jackson.
Oh, hang on a moment.
We've got a stretch on by Thunder, and we're going to the sharpshooter.
Oh, look at that.
It's a double. He's going to be a double. Well, looks like. Come on, is any of these quitting? Hybrid stopping Alfie Tap. Alfie's tapped. We have new Regal Duo champions.
I can't believe it. Well, I can. It's well deserved. The crowd are going wild.
Hey, Alan. Happy Christmas to the Detriment.
Love hearing the commentary on that. Happy Christmas to the Detriment. Love it. I remember seeing Taylor as well at one point. The Detriment are going back through the curtain, and he's on his feet and he's just shouting in Alfie's face. I cannot remember what he was saying, but it was absolutely hilarious.
It was probably blue.
Big win for Thunder Flash there. Unfortunately, both Johnnies couldn't be with us here tonight, but they did, however, send in some very personal videos directed about their win, but also about the IWF over the past few months. So I've got them lined up here back to back. Here is Johnny Flashback and Johnny Thunder.
Hey guys, just wanted to record a video just to congratulate you really on the first completed year of IWF. All the promoters have done really well. Everyone involved behind the scenes really does need a big shout out. But as far as I'm concerned, I believe you want me to talk about what this means to me. This is the IWF Regal Duos Championship. So at the beginning of my run in IWF, I thought I was more going to be in the singles division, and certainly I've had a few singles matches, all been fantastic matches, especially with Persona. When we got told that we were indeed wanting to be Thunder Flash with JJ, I can't be more thrilled because we've been tagging for over a year now, and we've really sort of like progressed in terms of our understanding of each other. I think we complement each other. I think we're a little bit, although you may not see it, we are chalk and cheese. And I think that makes us both better because we can adapt to what each of the styles and what we think. Anyway, the moment we're talking about is winning the Regal Duos Championship, and what it feels like when you win a championship is that it's validation for the job you've done. It's a well done. You've had good matches. You've done good stuff. The fans are getting behind you. So this is kind of like your reward for that. And beyond that, it was great to work with Hybrid again. He's one of my best friends in wrestling, and Ali as well. He's progressed a lot this year and he's done really well. And I think the four of us, we've managed to have 2 cracking matches, and there's probably room for the rubber match at some point, although we have already won 2. People seem to think that was a win by them was a DQ loss. Never forget. But anyway, I'm rambling a bit. Just keep up what you're doing. Just remember who you are. And as a wrestler on the roster, I want you to know that I come in every show wanting to do the best match possible. Sometimes you might think in the past I've kind of phoned it in a little bit, but when I'm here, I've got a lot of motivation to give you everything I've got, and I can't wait for 2026 and see what happens in that year. So yeah, well done everyone. Enjoy the show.
I want to start off by saying sorry that I'm not able to be on the live personally, but I'm on another show. So I've been asked to do a video for it instead, but not as Johnny Thunder, but as JJ, the man behind Johnny Thunder. When I was first asked to join IWF at the start of the year, it was no brainer. Honestly, it wasn't. Do I think I'd be IWF Tag Champ by the end of the year? No, I didn't. I actually thought I was coming in as a singles wrestler, and I know my tag partner John, I know he thought the same. But the opportunity to be able to tag as Thunder Flash for IWF, gladly take the opportunity. Me and John as a tag team, we're growing so much. It even feels different in IWF. Thank you for all the matches you've been able to give me. Luke and Ali, I've known you both for quite a while now, especially Ali. I know you've wanted this match for a while, and it was a pleasure to be in the ring with you. Persona, that's a match I wanted for a long time, and the match showed why. I had a fantastic match with him. Spawn, Daniel, both yous, incredible young talents. Blow the roof off the place on IWF's first show, and you showed me the exact reason why I've done nothing but talk highly of both yous. And for myself, thank you management in IWF, thank you to IWF fans. Congratulations on the first year in 2026. See more of the tag champs. And let's see what 2026 brings IWF, eh? See you later, guys.
Right. Lovely words by Thunder Flash there. I would like to go straight to Colin, because I know Colin works very closely with these over at Dropkick. A lot of Thunder Flash, they were the double Dropkick tag team champions, if I'm not wrong.
They were.
Unfortunately, they did lose those belts, but I think it was it days before or days later they got the Regal Duo?
About a week before. I remember the first time I saw the two Johnnies tagged together, and I thought, oh, sometimes putting people together, they click, and these two just clicked. And when we started off at Dropkick, I says, I want these two. We've got to have them, and we all agreed we need them. And the two lads, a pleasure to work with, promote the company, share things and stuff like that. And as a promoter, that's all you want. Someone who helps you. If the ones who don't repost, don't share, don't like. When you're on your list of the people I want to wrestle for the company, and I'm sure it's the same with you two. It's a symbiotic relationship. It's you're working with me, and if you're not really working with me, well, I'll find someone else. It's as simple as that. But these two lads, great friends, and there's, as I say, great chemistry, and I love to see him. And I remember when they both got the white tights and stuff like that. I thought that was it. That was the point where they looked a tag team, and I always keep telling Johnny, pull your trunks up, pull your tights up. Yeah.
Bit of a funny story about that. So when Flashback first got his white pants, it was leading up to a match. It was with Persona elsewhere. And I remember asking him, I says, oh, which pants are you going to wear tonight? Are you going to wear your new white ones? He goes, no, because Persona has black face paint on and I don't want to get them wrecked so early. I couldn't help but laugh at that.
That's actually why he also couldn't wear the white ones in IWF against us.
For the face paint. I've got to ask Persona and Dagon, was it through Dropkick, seeing these guys working together at Dropkick, that you thought, oh, you know what, we'll grab them over in IWF? Or was it just something that you thought off the back of your head?
I think we're going to have really different opinions here, so I'll let Persona go first.
I'd see when we were first doing IWF, I never really seen them as the tag team. I've seen them both as singles wrestlers. But then the more we went to Dropkick and the more that I seen them, like I knew that, okay, these two can work together. They've got chemistry. And it happened to just be that the opportunity's there for a tag team. These two are both good. The crowd like them. They can work together. They've got chemistry. I want every tag team in the IWF to have chemistry. So there you go. Get involved.
All right.
Yeah. For me, it was I've wrestled Johnny Flashback multiple times. We've all seen it. Different occasions, different style of matches, and he's very consistent in what he does, and that's not just in the ring. That's if you want something from him to promote the show, he'll do that at the drop of a hat. He's normally one of the first there when you set in the room or building the ring, and he's always one of the last to leave. All round nice guy. And when we started the IWF, I think he was one of the first names that we had down to come across. Johnny Thunder, on the other hand, I never knew him, and I had a 5-minute match with him in a different company a couple of years back. And from there, I started working a lot up Scotland, and I just got really close with him. And he was very professional and always very complimentary of the guys that are currently working with us. So, and the quality speaks for itself, to be fair, what he can do in the ring. So he, again, was high up on the list of people that were brought in. And I think they just give a lot to IWF, and they've never complained, not once. And giving them that opportunity at Christmas it was a testament to who they are as people as well as wrestlers.
He's very professional, and I remember at the last show, they were in the ring prior to the show, and young Jakob, JJ had just pulled him in the ring, and he spent 15 minutes with Jakob, and he's a trainer up at SWE in Scotland, and the trainers up there, he's really knowledgeable as well, and always the advice he gives you, it's like of an old man would know and stuff like that. He's very wise past his years, and he spent that 15 minutes in that ring with Jakob, and I think in that 15 minutes, I know Jakob go out that ring and he was smiling, I could do another couple of moves, something crazy again. And anything Jakob does is crazy. And I'm like, oh, Jamie, don't teach him that. So, no, JJ, a great lad, great knowledgeable. And Johnny Thunder, consistency personified. And the two of them, you don't have to make the friendship up. They are mates. And I'd say, like Hybrid and Alfie, those two are mates and they get on. And the crowd understand that they always get a reaction because people are invested in their story and their lives and stuff like that. And yeah, love them all, love them great. And I was especially happy when Detriment got beat. I can't believe that though. I said that.
Yeah, and I've known both Flashback and Thunder for a couple of years now, and every single time I see Thunder, I go to give him a handshake, and you know what he does? He pushes my hand aside and he gives us a big hug instead. It's just the way he is. I've noticed that since day one. They're both very down to earth guys and very knowledgeable about wrestling. I know Flashback, he likes to read a lot of wrestling books. So if there's anything you need to know trivia wise, contact Johnny Flashback. He'll be able to tell you.
Yeah.
We do have one more moment, and it was a hell of a moment that occurred at the Gauntlet. I think you all know what it is. Unfortunately, he cannot be here tonight, but that doesn't diminish this moment anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, from the Gauntlet, Walker cashing in his gauntlet and becoming the IWF champion. We are going to pick this video up from the end of that triple threat match between Persona and Thunder Flash up until the cash in and what happened afterwards. So, ladies and gentlemen, our last moment, Walker becomes champion. Enjoy.
Ooh. Johnny Flashback.
Oh my God!
And there's the stomp. Flashback's just been stomped. Thunder has just been bionic elbowed, and I think I know what's coming here. The coup on Thunder, and he's going to cover both of them here. He's going to cover them both here.
No way. No way. No.
Oh dear. OTGP, your plan has gone tits up. It's all gone down the pub.
Every month, time and time again.
Told you before. And what have you done here?
You know what? Like, okay, props to that man there, Persona.
Right.
He didn't cheat. Right. He didn't have the detriment or his goons come out here to help him. He done it purely based on his wrestling skill.
Right, what are you going to do then?
Hats off to him.
Go on, go and tell him. Go and tell him. You're not going to put up with this for a while. Oh, he's going to be flaunting this title right in front of your face. DJB is going to say, look, still champion, but until I get it, I still beat him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Open your ears, Colin.
I am. Detriment are in here, though. Brev's coming
out. Is he doing it? Is he doing it?
Is he going to bring his gauntlet in?
Come on, Walker.
Throw that gauntlet down?
Come on, Walker. Look, he's got the detriment. He threw it down. He's threw it down.
Detriment and Thunder Flash are in a battle in the middle of the ring.
Get them clowns out that ring.
So does that mean the match is on now?
I think that's it. The gauntlet has been thrown down. Persona doesn't want to give his belt up. Yes! Come on!
The gauntlet is up. He cashed it in the same night. Persona, you've got to find a way to get out of this.
Come on! Straight to that. I knew that.
I told you. Was he medically cleared?
He's medically cleared. That doesn't have to mean 100%. There's obviously going to be underlining issues there.
Bright ideas.
This isn't my bright idea. This is all on the Big Brev's back. Boom! Come on!
Chokeslam by Big Brev on Persona.
Come on.
Persona's in a heap on the floor. Don't think about it, Brev. Just take the title.
Come on.
If I was you, Persona, get out that ring.
Brev kick! You've got drop kick, Cole. I've got the breath kick. Come on.
don't know why he's waiting. Don't know why he's waiting.
I do.
You know, is it some type of sympathy for Persona?
Boom, and there's that spear. Come on.
Have we got a new champion?
1, 2, yes!
Well, your plan works.
Yes!
Persona is beaten. I'm going to put up with this now.
Months and months and months.
Go and see your mate.
I'm going to
going on. I'll say one word to you. Rematch.
Hey.
I hope Persona gets a rematch.
I'm going to go and see my breath.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, with that, he's celebrating. Oh.
He's off. That's it. Well, the plan of DJB finally worked. He found a reason to depose. Persona. It took Thunder Flash. That didn't work. Threw a gauntlet in. And one big breath.
I nearly went hoarse that night, just within them few minutes alone. I couldn't have been happier, really. When he hit that breath kick, wow. When you seen how happy everybody else was there, I felt quite what's the word, involved in the whole process, the build up to that.
Involved. You stage managed it. Persona got Roger Pillock. You've been trying for 6 months to get the bloody title off him. You put 2 against him, and then just after he beat him fair and square, you get Walker throwing a gauntlet down. He gets Claymore, he gets Big Breath kick. You know, you Pillock. Well, anyway, you know, don't worry. You're always the goat with me, Persona. You know, you'll get it back, and it won't be long, I'm sure.
It was such a bittersweet moment. I remember I gave Walker that big hug, and I whispered in his ear, "Brev, I'm really proud of you." And he just said thank you. And then everyone swarmed into the ring to celebrate with him. That's how we ended that show. And it gave me vibes of, do you remember when Dagon, do you remember when Strange Street first won tag team titles? Everybody piled into the ring. I had a sort of similar feeling, just with less Iron Brew. How do you all feel about it? Leading up to that moment, obviously, Persona, you were the champion. How did you feel when you heard Walker's music and you thought, right, yeah, this is it?
I'm not gonna lie, I felt very when his music hit, and not many people reacted because I don't think they realized that his music had hit. I thought, oh no. No one knows what's happening, and this is going to look really weird. It's not going to get the reaction that we wanted to get. But then he got in the ring, and as soon as he hit us with that choke slam, like I just knew, like, yeah, we've got. It was good. It was fun. I'm happy that I was the first one to lose a championship. I think it's kind of shown everybody that these things don't matter that much. They shouldn't matter that much to you. When it comes to winning and losing them, there's always a meaning behind everything that we do. My entire championship run as this big horrendous villain that everybody hates was to build somebody else up, and that somebody was Walker. We'd been doing this since the Dropkick pre-show. It all built up at that moment when he came back from injury with the entrance. That pop was amazing, and it was like a big pat on the back to us and everybody that worked hard to get Walker to where he is. And Walker's another one of them wrestlers who I've always advocated for when it comes to promoters and trainers. And I tell people he's got it, but he's not doing the wrong things to get it out of him. I always thought that he was the main man material. He just wasn't getting used like it. And now I'm happy that he's finally getting what I think he should have gotten a long time ago.
Dagon?
Yeah, so first of all, that triple threat was was unreal, and for that moment to happen after such a good match, I think elevated the moment even more. But me and Walter go back about 14 years. Like we've been friends for that long, and we started wrestling the exact same time. Our first feud was against each other. Genius of the Ring 1, Genius of the Ring 2. Colin will remember.
Yeah,
and
totally.
and then we've done Strange Street, and what you're seeing when we've done that was legit just me and Walker. Like the stuff that we did, the way we went on, that's the way we are on a daily basis. And like Persona said, he was never used right. He always got the rug pulled from underneath him. He got promised so much. Following when sadly his dad passed away, the rug got pulled from under him again. Then when he came over in IWF, he's reinventing himself. I mean, look at his ring gear, just for starters. Like, he looks the part. He's starting to work very well as the big main guy. And for him to get that moment, for him to get that opportunity, and I'll gimmick infringement, but for him to get it was huge for a lot of us, because we've all been, we were like kind of the class that was together, that grew through this together. Me, Spawn, Alfie, Walker, like we started kind of around about the same time. So it was a big moment for us all. And we weren't supposed to get in the ring. It was just supposed to be you and Jakob. But all of us were sitting at the back because we really wanted to witness it firsthand. And something just come over us where I went, oh, actually, we'll go. And we just all swarmed the ring. And I think he's going to carry that with a lot of pride. And I think 2026 is going to be his year.
100%. And you said there, you remember carrying over from Genius 1 to Genius 2. I do believe I was there for the second one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because the infamous words that were spoken, I do remember that moment. That was against Walker. You guys, a lot of history, and you can tell there's a genuine friendship there. And I think I've seen you guys talking just on a general basis, and it's not just the way you are with other people, it's the way you are together. You can say things that you wouldn't be able to say to other people. Other people might be offended, or other people might not see it like in the way you guys are thinking, but you guys will say something and you'll instantly, yep, it's a joke. It's that sense of humor you guys have got. It's why I'm good friends with Walker as well. We've got the same sort of sense of humor. We can have a good laugh together, but he's a people person. Anyone he meets, he befriends them, he becomes friends with them, and he makes them laugh. And I think that's one of his biggest strengths, is he's a funny guy. He really is a funny guy. I think everyone else here can confirm at some point or other Walker's had them in stitches or close to, with either something he's done or something he's said, whether that be online, whether that be playing games on the side, because I know some of us, we play a lot of games together. That it comes back to all of us being close, like a family, like a very close-knit community, where we're always doing things outside of IWF together to grow that bond, and I absolutely love that. Walker, really, he deserved that moment, and I know, I don't know if he'd like me saying this, but I know if Roy was still around, he would have been jumping up and down, absolutely ecstatic at that moment. Yeah, he would have been in that ring as well, no doubt. It's one of those things. But fellas, I have no more videos left. We are out of our moments. 2 hours and 20 minutes. I think this is the longest behind the curtain ever. Can't blame it. Like, we've gone through everything over the past 6 months. But this is the part of the show where I ask you all for your final thoughts. And I think I'll start with our loudmouth commentator, Colin Barker.
Loudmouth, you cheeky monkey. Can't get a word in edgeways. Well, for me, first show, three-way Alan, JJ, and Spawn. Magnificent. That's my spot. Secondly to that, Lily took a persona over the top. That was bright. And anything with Dagon, knocking the snot out of anyone, always brightens my deal.
Eeny, meeny, miny, persona. Your final thoughts
What, just on the year?
on the year, on anything you like, within reason.
Usually I'm not. Persona's usually like the nasty man that hates fans and calls everyone a tramp, which most of us are. But like, what I will say though is that the IWF, this isn't a thing without the audience, without fans. Like if nobody came, then we wouldn't be doing this. So what I will say is to everybody that has came and enjoyed what we do and looks forward to what we do, make sure you're there for 2026 because it's only going to get bigger. It's only going to be better. Stories are going to be more gripping. Everything is going to be the best that we can physically make it. Also, I know that every time, Colin, how many of them shots are you not back? Because
Not left now, you know. He was up for 5 minutes. I've been here 2 hours, 20 bloody minutes, man. You know, I could go for a cup of tea and there's a bottle there, so kick on with it, lad.
So I know that in January, a lot of people in the new year begin to take up wrestling. If that is something that you're interested in doing, go onto Facebook, type in the IWF Wrestling Academy, follow the training page. You can get yourself involved with IWF training that way. And who knows, next time we do this next year, you might be on one of these highlights. Who knows? Probably not, because I'll probably kick you in the face. But thank you, everybody, for being a part of the IWF. Fans, people that work behind the scenes that probably haven't been mentioned today, but have probably done a lot. Thanks for your ring, Colin. Wish you'd buy as my own, but it's what it is, I guess. And next person.
Dagon.
Yeah, it's been.
Put that headhunter thing up. Put that headhunter comment up.
Persona drives people to drink.
I'll second that comment because I didn't drink for about 10 years till I started going out with Persona. And the rest is history. But yeah, it's been a crazy year. It has. Like we've said in multiple posts, we started with nothing. It was kind of the movement that me and Persona just kind of said we had enough due to kind of our mentality and our own pride. And we've kind of drove this to where we are now. And it's not just what we've done, it's what like Colin with the ring, DJU with doing the media stuff, and every single one of the guys who come across, everyone that's agreed to work with us, everyone that's been on the show, they've all like stepped up that next level. I don't think there's one person that's been on our show that should not deserve a pat on the back for what they've done. I think everyone's been incredible. They've followed suit. They've stuck the script and they've give 110% every time they've been in there. Cheers Bar, it was so hard to get a venue, and we wanted to be in Sunderland. And Cheers Bar was the first place to say yes, and they will continue to be our home. And I know the manager, the staff, they love these shows. They argue about who's going to work it so they can watch it. Again, the fans, I could probably write a list without even looking at any IWF show of who's been there every single time. And I just want to thank them, because without their support, without them turning up in the numbers, we wouldn't be able to have, I wouldn't say we wouldn't be able to have shows, but we wouldn't have the quality of the shows that we're putting on. And the feedback from them has always been amazing. I'm not forgetting anyone, am I? Oh, like the guys as well. Like people like Rob, the people like Taylor, like other promoters, people who kind of we didn't really speak to when we wrestled previously. And they've kind of opened the door for us and they've given us a lot of support, and we've gained a lot of knowledge from working around different places. And it's always nice to see that when we thought we were a problem, we actually weren't. And they've kind of put their arm around us and said, we'll believe in you. So, yeah.
Well, I definitely believed in you. I believed in the pair of you. And I know when you had that phone call, you threw your phone call here, says, yeah, come on then, let's do it. Get on with it, sunshine. And I've never seen Persona laugh and be so happy. I think he even clapped. He was that happy, wasn't he? Wasn't he?
It was.
Look, I'll back you
everyone was scared to ask you, and I just decided, I'm bringing him.
Yeah. And in fact, look, in the Northeast and anywhere around the country, look, I'm there to help people. I'm gonna if you want a ring, I'll get you a ring there. Not a problem. I believe in your product. I believe in you too. I believe in your roster. And look, every time I go there, and you sit me down at Coventry, put a blanket over my knee to keep me warm, and then God, and then I don't know if I've got Taylor, if I've got DJB or what. Let's just have a ball. And for a lot of people coming to an IWF show, it's all about that escapism, that 2 hours away from home, through the drudgery, everything. You come here, you get excitement, you go home with a smile on your face. You haven't mentioned what Retro Room. They come to the shows, and those boys absolutely love chatting with them, and then they do a lot of chatting with the folks. Look, you've got a great product. Just keep doing what you're doing. I can't wait for this year. And I know at commentary, you'll tell me absolutely nothing, because that's what you two do. You surprise me every bloody time. And sometimes you even put me down as a mark for it. Wait to see what my blooming reaction is. Yeah, the pair of you. Yeah. How do you, DJB? You're in on this sometime. And you just wait for me to trip up. I said, look, all three of you are we've had a great time this year. We're going to have a great time next year. Good luck to you, lads. I've got you back, and I think I said that on day one. Don't look behind, look forward. And you've looked forward. The empire is strong.
It is. And like I say, we are trying to do new things, like the whole behind the curtain stuff. I know DJ introduced that when we first started. And I think a lot of fans really do like this sort of thing. So it's why we want to kind of keep it running. If whether you have to watch this in 2-3 sittings because of how long it's went, I hope you've enjoyed it. But from the inside, 2026 is going to be huge. If you think the last 6 months was good, the next 12 is going to absolutely blow your mind.
Oh, yes. This is normally where I'd say thank you everyone for coming on, and then tell you all how we couldn't do any of this without you. But you know what, I've been thinking there's a lot of people that we haven't mentioned yet that I would very quickly like to thank. That's the people you don't really always see on camera. So we've got people like Emily and Caitlin behind the camera now. We've got Jaden, our runner, who does an absolutely fantastic job. Retro Room, who are always there. For some reason, they always like the bad guys as well. They're big Persona fans, the Retro Room. Big Death Room fans as well. On social media, the likes of I know I do a lot of this SME stuff, but I'm not actually in charge of SME. It's that guy there, Eric Hollander. I call him Shady. So thank you, Shady, and the SME guys for giving us another platform online. If I've missed anyone else out, I'm really, really sorry. But thank you to everybody. As the guys have said, we couldn't do this without you guys. I mean, we could do it, but it wouldn't be anywhere near as great as it is now. You are the foundation of which this empire has been built upon. And we are aiming to give you the very best in 2026. Like Dagon just said, it's going to absolutely blow your minds. And I, for one, I'm proud to be a part of IWF, proud to call each of you a friend. I'm at a loss for words. I really don't know what more I can say without going too deep. And we've been going for 2.5 hours now, so I'm not going to keep us all. So from myself,
because of past the watershed, that was a bit darker.
What?
Without going too deep, when we've been going for 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Oh well. But from myself, from Dagon, from Persona, and from Colin Barker, thank you very much, everyone, and we will see you next year for IWF 2026. And on that note, on that note, the curtain is closing. Good night.